out. So if you want to get more than one, you're free to do that.
They love that when they have that on a close shot.
I know. And then
I just take it away.
That's what we do. No. They're good. They're good there.
They're fantastic.
All right.
I just should know better.
It's only been how many years?
Yeah, I've only done this for 26 years, on television.
Learning curve. Learning curve is still steep.
I promise you by next show I'll have it down.
Let's take a look at these. You're getting a 16 coin set. Look at this. Now, this one is going to be your 2001 to 2016. These are Mint State 70, 16 coin Silver Eagle dollar set, but and you're getting all of them.
All Mint State 70. I have 16 of these, and they're about the only 16 left in the world at $1,499.95. I had about 100 of these sets because we'd graded 2 million coins or something like that. And we sold them. I've already seen people trying to sell these in the marketplace. I see them out there at $2,000, $2,500, $2,999 because nobody else can do these coins at this. Remember when I told you like the 90s coins would be 50 grand?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I have to say, the 90s coins, and I'm going to try to bring a set of 90s out here. There's going to be, like I said, about 50 grand. The 96 alone, I think, is about a $25,000 coin, something like that.
And when Mike brings those, he hand carries those.
Yes. Right.
You don't send them in the mail.
Yeah, that's right. I carry those right here. Yeah.
Right.
No, actually, we do send them in the mail.
Do you?
Registered mail, I can tell you this right now, and this is, I don't have a dog in this race.
Yeah.
Registered mail is the single safest way to send coins. All coin dealers, if you have an expensive coin, you send it registered mail.
Wow.
I've never lost a coin by registered mail in 35 years of doing business. So that $30,000 coin will go registered mail, post office.
Wow.
Right. So anyway, like I said, I got nothing to do with the post office. I'm just telling you what it is. So we're doing this. So we have these coins right here. This is the entire set. So if I go back just 10 years, the 91 through the 99, that'd be about 50 grand.
Okay.
If you go out there and look, this 2001, see, we're 16 coins with the Red Oak presentation box. I'm about $89 a coin here.
Okay.
Good luck finding this coin for less than 500. Good luck for finding this coin for less than 400 and this coin for less than 250 or 3. So I can tell you right now that if you go in the marketplace, these first 4 coins, I don't think you have a prayer, just a prayer of getting these 4 coins for $1,499.95.
Wow.
Other than us right here. These are absolutely perfect because nobody was certifying. I was. But nobody was certifying coins in 2000. Try to find a 2000. It's a $1,000 coin. I sold thousands and thousands and thousands of them for 59 bucks. That's like a $2,000 coin now.
Wow.
I sold thousands of them. Y2K, the whole Y2K thing.
Yeah.
I was the only one selling certified 2000 American Silver Eagles. Nobody had ever even done it before. That was the start of the modern issue American thing. So nobody was doing it in 2001, 2002, 2003. All of those Eagles, none of them were saved, were put away in original mint boxes.
Yeah.
That's why they bring such phenomenal premiums out there in the marketplace. Okay, a friend of mine just bought a sealed box in 1996s. Okay, they go back here. A sealed box, a United States Mint sealed box. Now that box, he paid $125,000 for 500 coins. Hopefully trying to get one Mint State 70 out of there that he can sell for $25,000 or $30,000 or $40,000, and even the Mint State 69s bring big money. This is your opportunity to get all of the American Silver Eagles of the 21st century from 2001 through 2016 for basically what I charge for a 2016. So this is about accurately priced. These are all about $89 coins. But the 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, anything prior to 2008, you have to understand in 2008, we had a little financial trouble in this country. People rushed to the American Silver Eagle. Production went up 10 times. So the 2008 coin, I think you've got about 6 million. The 2009 coin, you have 35 million. By the 2010, you have 50 million coins made.
Wow.
Anything pre-2008 is virtually impossible to find in the marketplace, but I'm selling it to you for $89.95, and the set can go in here. I have 16 sets. They are the final 16 sets that I can possibly ever do at $1,499.95. You have the opportunity to buy them. Other people have bought them, and like I said, they're already trying to resell them at up to double the price that we're doing. But what you cannot do is buy this set anywhere other than here at $14.99, let alone less.
That's right.
Okay.
And I know that we literally have a handful. We've got 16 sets of the 16 coin offer. I want to make sure if that's what you want to add to your collection, you do that. And here's the item number. It's 612176. Now, if you would like to shop online, some people like to do that. And when Mike's not here, you can browse and scroll and see what we have available. And you can see everything that we've got for you. And particularly if you are a coin collector, sometimes you want to kind of see everything laid out, decide, see what you don't already have, and decide what you want to bring into your